Hey, hey, hey. All right. Let me get my screen set up. And then we're going to get rocking and rolling.
I got racks to the ATM jam. Tell me what you wanna do. I got racks to the ATM jam. Tell me what you wanna do. You a badass bitch. That don't get swallowed in that fat ass bitch. I got racks to the ATM jam. Tell me what you wanna do. I got racks to the ATM jam. Tell me what you wanna do. I got racks to the ATM jam. Tell me what you wanna do. You a badass bitch. That don't get swallowed in that fat ass bitch. I got racks to the ATM jam. Tell me what you wanna do.
Much better. All right. Get my life together. Turn this on. If you see me, say what's up. If you see me, say what's up. We speak on this channel. We don't be weird. Shout out to Big Joe. Welcome, Big Joe.
Tell me what you wanna do. I got racks to the ATM jam. Tell me what you wanna do. You a badass bitch. That don't get swallowed in that fat ass bitch. I got racks to the ATM jam. Tell me what you wanna do. I got racks to the ATM jam. Tell me what you wanna do. I got racks to the ATM jam. Tell me what you wanna do. You a badass bitch. That don't get swallowed in that fat ass bitch. I got racks to the ATM jam. Tell me what you wanna do. They shooting in the parking lot, everybody get low. They shooting in the parking lot, they ain't where you wanna go. Now stand by soldier, and let the work your motherfucking ass like I told you. Stand by soldier, and let the work your motherfucking ass like I told you.
I'm liking my algorithm, yo. My algorithm is finally sending me stuff that I care about, that I'm actually interested in. If you tuned in, tap something in the comments. Shout out to Steve Wendell. Shout out to Lucky Happy. Tap the screen. Share this with your best friend. And tell them to share it too. Let's go, guys. Let's get this out here. Let's get me out to the world. I belong to the streets. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm just, I don't need to do that, do I? No, I don't need to do that. Yeah, and then I'm gonna say, share my world. There we go, and then I'll put a sparkle on it. Yeah. All right.
I got racks to the ATM jam. Tell me what you wanna do. I got racks to the ATM jam. Tell me what you wanna do.
Let's get it.
You a badass bitch. That don't get swallowed.
Share this stream, y'all. Share this stream.
ATM jam. Tell me what you wanna do. I got racks to the ATM jam.
Guys.
Tell me what you wanna do. I got racks to the ATM jam. Tell me what you wanna do. You a badass bitch. That don't get swallowed in that fat ass bitch. I got racks to the ATM jam. Tell me what you wanna do.
right. Let me go to. Oh, that's what's up. That's what's up. Shout outs to Rocky White, Clemson homie. Let me not get sucked down the rabbit hole, the whatchamacallit. Okay, that's what's up. Let me not get sucked down the TikTok rabbit hole. I'm just checking notifications, that's all I'm doing. That's all I'm doing, nothing else. There's nothing to see here, guys.
Tell me what you want to do. I got racks to the
all right, let's get started. Let's get up. Let's get down.
You a badass bitch.
Let's get up.
Don't get
Let's
swallowed
get
in that
down.
fat
What we
ass.
talking
I got
about tonight?
racks
What we
to
talking
the
about
ATM
tonight?
jam. Tell me what you want to do. I got racks to the ATM jam. Tell me what you want to do. I got racks to the ATM jam. Tell me what you want to do. You a badass bitch. That don't get swallowed in that fat ass bitch. I got racks to the ATM jam.
Good.
Tell me what you want to do.
All right.
They shooting in the parking lot.
Welcome, everyone. Welcome. How are you doing on this great evening? On this magical evening. I want to welcome each and every last one of you for tuning into this multi-million dollar stream. I am your host, Kev Prosper, the owner and founder of Prosperity U LLC. That's right, Prosperity U LLC is creating a society of wealth, positivity, and inspiration. That's right, you are tuned into Love and Money, the podcast of Prosperity U LLC. And thank you for contributing to the Cash App above, $ Prosperity U LLC. If you screenshot this, zoom, tap, and hold in your photo app, and it will take you to the Cash App at $ Prosperity U LLC. Make sure you go to that Cash App and give it everything you got. And then visit the website below at prosperunlimited.com and allow that website to change your life. I guarantee it because it changed mine. That's right. And thank you for liking, subscribing, following, and sharing. But most importantly, thank you for sharing, because sharing is caring. That's right, guys. And if you like the show, give a gift or just give a like. The likes are free. And remember, we do this every Monday at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. And last but not least, remember to invest in the brand Prosperity U LLC. All right, guys. I got a cool little conversation lined up for you guys today. Cool little conversation. Y'all want to talk about it? Let's talk about it. Shout outs to You Heard Me. You heard me, baby. Shout outs to Big Baby. Shout outs to David Myrie 932. Shout outs to Ogek. Shout outs to One King. Welcome. Come on in, guys. Have a seat. Get your favorite beverage and your favorite meal, and make yourselves at home. We got a cool little conversation for you guys today. So let's talk about it. Shout outs to Virginia. Shout outs to Michael Thompson. This is so like beneath me. Like, this is just like, gag me with a spoon. Like, they don't say that no more, do they? Right? This is just like, I'm just so over it. Like, but yes, this is a dating conversation. This is another dating conversation, right? But if you know me, you know I got to put my own little touch, my own little spin, my own little twist on it, right? Because the last thing you ever want to do is get me to thinking, right? Because then you know it's a problem. Then you know I'm about to rack your brain. Once I think, you think. You feel me? It's up. It's up. So this was a conversation. So let me kind of give my opening statement about the state of dating in 2025 and the state of the dating conversation in 2025. when it comes to the dating conversation, we are in the post Kevin Samuels era. There's no denying the fingerprint and the reverberation that he left on the dating conversation and the culture of dating in Western America, namely Western Black America. Let's keep it a bean. Let's keep it a bean. We now approach dating in a more practical and pragmatic sense, whereas the men have now learned how to rate women. You know what I'm saying? And the women have learned how to put standards on men. I do believe that there is a silver lining in the clouds for all of this for the upcoming generations. And here's why. Well, first of all, let's look at one side of the coin, one side of the gender coin, with the men putting ratings on women. One that puts that kind of it objectifies women to a sense where it objectifies women in I ain't gonna say a healthy way, but it's hard to be delusional when the men that you're attracted to don't want you or don't like you. It's hard to it's really hard. You have to conflict with your reality at some point. You can no longer avoid it or ignore it. You know what I'm saying? Or pacify it. You have to be realistic with yourself. Okay, the men that I like look at me this way. What is wrong with me? And then that's where the whole self-esteem conversation comes in, and you start to feel shitty about yourself. Okay, great. But you got to go through the darkness, in order to come into the light. Now, some women, they never snap out of it, right? They just get worse and worse. You know what I mean? And this is all on your psychological makeup and your upbringing and environment. You know what I mean? If you were especially as a black woman living in America, where the status quo is blonde hair and blue eyes. You know what I mean? That's really like you got double the weight. You know what I mean? And then not only that, amongst the black diaspora, you got women around the world wearing wigs and bleaching their skin. Black women around the world wearing wigs and bleaching their skin. You know what I mean? The pressure is daunting. I can only imagine as a woman being naturally emotional, you know what I mean, and naturally communal and social. You know what I'm saying? Living in a world where you're told that the way God made you isn't good enough. You know what I mean? Like that's hard. That's hard. And so like the whole aspect, I think self-love for black women has to be really honed in on, not just heightened or like excessively, you know what I mean? But it has to be like guided and directed. Your self-love, you know what I mean? Whereas you have to, I think, for a black woman to have a healthy self-esteem in this Western world, you have to tell yourself that God made you good enough. Your nappy hair is good enough. Your bell pepper nose is good enough. Your soup cooler lips are good enough. You know what I'm saying? Your hips and your butt and let me not get too creative. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to do too much there. but yeah, you know. You know what I'm saying? But yes, but like then it's the mixed signals, right? You're not good enough, but women are spending hundreds of thousands of dollars to look like you, right? Like that's the like come on, you know what I mean? But yeah, so let's tie a string to this conversation. So dating, right? Dating, men putting ratings on women, the healthy effects of that, the good effects of that, whereas the women are snapping into their reality and saying, okay, do I qualify for the man that I want, right? And I like that part. I like that aspect of it. And then to flip the gender coin, you have the women who are putting standards on men, right? He has to be this tall, he has to make this much, he has to that he has to have this, he has to do this, he has to have that, right? Okay, cool. And then, that's where they, the delusional women, they kind of roller coaster off into delusion land, right? And then, but the realistic women say, okay, how can me wanting a man with this, and this, first of all, does that man exist, and does that man want me? Once again, you're conflicted with your reality, right? So there is a silver lining to the clouds of this dating conversation. There is a silver lining to all of this, and it's balancing itself out and correcting itself. The community and the market is balancing itself and correcting itself. You know what I mean? Shout out to Miss Chinky Eyed. Welcome on Instagram. Stick around a while. Come talk to me. You know what I'm saying? I need some new friends on Instagram. So follow me on Instagram, Kev Prosper, please. Follow Kev Prosper on Instagram. I need some new friends if you're tuned in on any other platform, because my Instagram is very, very dry and I'm getting sick of it. All right. Thank you guys. Thank you so much. I love you. You guys are awesome. You guys are so awesome. Shout outs to Dorothy Boyd. But yeah, once again, the women are being conflicted with their reality, and they no longer can afford to be delusional. You know what I mean? Because once again, their biological clocks are ticking, and so on and so forth, right? So yeah, there's a silver lining in all of this. So let me get to the point. So with all of this conversation, one of the conversations that have sprung are, if men, with women putting standards on men are now men who have always been conflicted with their realities, because that's part of being a man, right? Or not conflicted, or confronted by their reality. That's the better word I should use. I'm sorry. Part of being a man is confronting your reality. You know what I'm saying? You have to stand up in the face of reality and say, this is what needs to be done. You know what I mean? That's part of being a man. And so the men fully understand, well, okay, if I don't have this, if women want this and this and this, and I don't have this and this and this, then I shouldn't be dating. It's not a hard, it's a pill to swallow for men, but it's not a hard pill to swallow. It's a hard pill to swallow for women. Because the same way men think about sex all day long is the same way women think about dating all day long. One of my favorite YouTubers, Coach Greg Adams, he talks about this, whereas like a woman can be a straight up like professional hoe, and she'll wake up one day and say, okay, I want to quit and get married, and she really believes that she'll get married. She knows to a degree that she can find a sucker and get married. You know what I'm saying? There's some truth to it. There's a lot of, not all of them can pull it off, but there's a lot of them that can say, I quit. I want to get married. I quit hoeing. I want to get married, and it works for them. You know what I'm saying? That is a reality. But so it's a hard pill to swallow to tell a woman, well, you shouldn't be dating, right? So I was watching another YouTuber, Mr. Fantastic. And he talks a lot about how, these YNs tearing up the streets and killing people, they need to be locked away or done away with. You know what I'm saying? However, they're the direct products of single motherhood. So you got the fruit and then you got the root, right? You got the fruit, which is these YNs ripping and running the streets, and then you got the root. It's these single mothers, right? Okay, great. And then, if you want to go deeper, it's these pookies knocking up these single mothers. Okay, cool. We got that, right? Me personally, I do believe the culture of acceptable single motherhood is a disease in the black community. I will say that again. And I'm going to break it down for the ones who don't hear as fast as everyone else. The culture of acceptable single motherhood. The culture of acceptable single motherhood. Whereas you have black women who think that it's okay to be a single mother simply because they they were raised in a single mother home, or they think it's okay to be a single mother because they'll always get some sort of assistance either by family, friends, and government. You know what I'm saying? That kind of that mentality in and of itself is a disease to the black community. I will preach that to the highest mountaintops that I possibly can. I do not care. It needs to be stopped. It needs that mentality needs to be done away with. Some way, somehow. You know what I mean? But that's not what this show's about. So you know, the whole concept of so now these women are breeding these unwanted menace to societies, right? Okay, great. Well, how do we circumvent that? How do we prevent it or stop it? Well, one method. Well, part of it is communicating to these women that they shouldn't. The same way that it can't just be your body, your choice, but you want men to get vasectomies. It can't just be your body, your choice, but you're breeding menaces to society, right? It can't just be your body, your choice, and you know what I'm saying. You're leeching off the government, so on and so forth, right? That can't necessarily be. And so he brought up the conversation, Mr. Fantastic on YouTube. He brought up the conversation that, you know, the same way these men, if a man is broke, and I'm gonna put it on my this is my YouTube conversation. I don't know how legible it is from your cell phone. I should zoom. Let me zoom in. Let me see if I can zoom in a little more. Yeah, much better, much better. Oh no, that's a little too much. There it goes. So that's highly legible. And follow me on Facebook too. I need more friends. I need new friends on Facebook and Instagram. My timeline is dry. It's drying up. They're getting old and tired and boring, and I need new friends, guys. So come on down. Come on down. All right. Come one, come all. Come one, come all. Let's do this. So join my Facebook and join my Instagram, and give me some new friends and new energy. I need it, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. But what was I saying? So you know, women have, you know, gotten comfortable putting such standards on men, right? And putting such standards and demands on men. But whenever it comes to gender, you always have to flip the coin. You always have to flip the coin. And I fully understand why when you say something, oh, women should do this and women should be that, right? And then when the women always be like, well, what about the men, right? What about the men? And I think the dating conversation has evolved from that. We kind of understand that, okay, this only applies to women and this only applies to men. I give it the benefit of the doubt. I may be wrong, but I do believe we've evolved from that kind of mentality. Well, what about the men? What about the men? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, the consciousness is elevating. The consciousness is elevating, and I'm very grateful for it. But yeah, if women are putting standards on men, then what standards do women put on themselves? And that's a deeper, darker conversation. You know what I mean? You can say you don't want a broke man, but you know, but what's the juxtaposition? How does it apply to you? Like what qualifies you for a man, or what qualifies, or if anything, disqualifies you for a man? Now, one thing I always believe is that as long as a woman has a vagina, she'll never be single. You know what I'm saying? And I think a lot of you women know that. Like, come on, let's talk about it. Come on, son. Come on, son. So I mean, so yeah. As long as a woman has a vagina. So if a woman has a vagina and she's single, it does strike a very stark question. You know what I'm saying? Like, what is something wrong? You know what I'm saying? Is something wrong? And so I posed this. When I was watching Mr. Fantastic stream and talking about the YNs and these women should stop breeding menaces. These single mothers should stop breeding menaces to society. Then it provoked me to question, Well, if a man shouldn't date when he's broke, then when shouldn't a woman date, right? What's the criteria for a woman not being qualified to date if she's broke? You know what I'm saying? So let's go into it a little bit. Let's go into it a little tiny bit. All right. So I took some notes. I took some notes based on the feedback that I got from my Facebook. And so the common thread that I got from the women's responses from my timeline was that a woman shouldn't date if she's broken, or if she needs healing, or if she's traumatized in some aspect. I got a lot of that. So one of the people says, someone who has not healed from generational curses and personal trauma. Now, the phrase generational curses is funny to me, because how does someone even know that they have a generational curse when the way you've been living up to this point is normal to you? You feel me? Like, how do you know that you even have a generational curse? One of the phrases I've come up with over the years in my life is, you don't really know happiness. You don't know what happiness is until you've been miserable. You know what I'm saying? You got to experience misery to really know what happiness is. You know what I mean? Or vice versa. You don't know what misery is until you've experienced happiness. You know what I mean? So, and really what that phrase is really saying is what that tenet is really saying is that, you know, you have to have an appreciation. You have to develop an appreciation. I don't think appreciation comes naturally. You know what I mean? You know, children love their parents, but I don't think they really appreciate their parents. And that's hard for women too, because mothers thrive off of the love of a child. You know what I mean? But what they fail to realize is that a lot of that love is really dependency. They don't really appreciate you like you think they do. You know what I'm saying? And you see that whenever, you know, a child can't get their way. You know what I'm saying? You see a lot of that whenever a child can't get their way. So yeah, but you know, the what is a generational curse? But I think that's another conversation. But personal trauma, you know what I'm saying? I think what constitutes as trauma is subjective, but I think it's objective when on the effect that it has on you. So if I throw a jelly bean at you, you know what I mean? You know, if I throw a jelly bean at one person, they may think nothing of it. But then if I throw a jelly bean at someone else, they're like, oh my God, how could you do that? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a traumatic incident for that person. You know what I'm saying? You just threw a jelly bean at them. What is wrong with you? Right? You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. So yeah, you know, so trauma can be, what constitutes as trauma can be subjective, but I think it's objective in the sense of the effect that it has on the person. Some things are not traumatic to others, and whatever that person's threshold is, whatever their psychological equipment is, you know what I'm saying? It's just all it's all up to them. But, you know, another person said if they aren't fully healed from their past relationships, and then they explained it, being fully healed when that person can no longer affect you, and that you do not carry baggage onto the next relationship. Now, I do believe that a lot of times people think that they're no longer affected when really they're just numb and desensitized. You know what I mean? It's there's certain people or certain things that still trigger me, but it doesn't, it triggers me, but I'm strong enough and I'm aware enough that I'm being triggered, and that I can it triggers the emotion, but I don't feel compelled to act on the emotion. You feel me? Like you know what I'm saying? Like it's hard to explain, but if I hear someone say something, or a particular person that I had a lot of vitriol for say something, or say something to me, or say something about me, or about something in my past. You know what I'm saying? Like something that's typically triggering. It's like, oh man, I'm triggered, but you know what? You got that one. Never mind. You know what I'm saying? Or like, I see what you're doing. You know what I mean? Shit like that. Like, it's like you're aware of it, and you understand how it feels, but it doesn't compel you like it used to. I think there's a difference between being desensitized and being healed. You know what I mean? And maybe the desensitization, maybe the desensitization is the process you have to undergo towards your healing. You have to get numb and callous to it at some point in order to heal from it. Maybe that's a process. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's different. But so a woman shouldn't date if she's broken. And I think that says a lot, being that women are naturally emotional. You know what I'm saying? So I think that does say a whole lot. A woman shouldn't date if she lacks self-sustainability. This kind of flips the coin, or reflects a mirror on the whole men being broke conversation. If a man's broke, he shouldn't date. Well, if a woman's broke, she shouldn't date. Right? This is what a lot of the women, I ain't gonna say a lot, but a couple of the women were saying. A woman shouldn't date when she can't provide for herself, and she hasn't healed themselves. Once again, there goes the healing conversation. At a point where someone can harm them mentally, emotionally, or physically to the other person. So then a woman says, a woman shouldn't date a woman on the timeline. She said a woman shouldn't date if a woman is broke. Well, I was like, well, as a man, that didn't register with me, because I'm just like, well, a woman don't need money to get a man, right? All you got to do is do a little shk. You know what I'm saying? Just a little shk. You know what I mean? And he'll come tagging along. You feel me? Like, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? The $40 is on the dresser, right? But she kind of went a little. She in a simple but poignant way, she went a little deeper. So I said, a woman doesn't need man. A woman doesn't need a man to get money. And she was like, well, but she should be able to take care of herself. Ooh, like, okay, I get you. Like I was flabbergasted after that one. You know what I mean? And but then, because when you think about it, why are you you have to be what you want. You have to be what you want. You have to be what you deserve, right? And why are you putting demands on a man to take care of you when you can't take care of yourself? You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. Why are you expecting a man to pay for your petty and manny when you don't even know how to do a petty and manny for yourself? Not even the issue of whether you can afford a petty or a manny, but do you even know how to groom your own fingernails and toenails? Like, come on, but you expect a man to pay? Like, I had a conversation with with an older cousin of mine. He's an older Gen Xer, but like we're still in the same generation, but he's like a bit older than me. And he was telling me, oh, you should pay to get her hair and nails done. You should pay for all of that. I'm like, okay, I'm willing to pay for it. That's fine, but like, are you willing to do that for yourself before I even? Because what if I never pay for it? How your nails and your hair gonna look? You know what I'm saying? It's your hair. You should be able to take care of your hair. You know what I'm saying? Like, you should be able to. But this is coming from me. I do my own haircuts. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I've always been a do for self kind of person. So it's like, why are you demanding me for me to pay for you to groom yourself? Like, self grooming, like I understand there's a cosmetic aspect. There's a aesthetic cosmetic aspect to manis and petties, right? You know, the nail colors and this, that, and the other. But a basic manicure and a basic petty, you can't do that much. You know what I'm saying? Like you know, like you. if I never pay for it, you'll never pay for it yourself. If like let's say I never met you, right? Let's say I never hollered at you in the DMs, or I never hollered at you in the street, and no man ever approached you. You would never ever pay for your manis and petties. Of course you would, right? So like, why are you demanding a man to do that for you? Yeah, but that's another. But once again, she brought up a great point. A woman shouldn't date if she can't take care of herself. That's a great point. And then I think that also kind of falls back on the reciprocity aspect of it. A woman shouldn't date if they can't do what they require. It's kind of in the same vein, right? You can't take care of yourself. Why you expect a man to take care of you? You can't go on this trip or that trip. Why you expect a man to pay for this trip or that trip? You know what I mean? And I don't think, and honestly, I don't think the women act like they expect it. You know what I'm saying? Now you have some the 7s, 8s, and 9s, because there's no such thing as a 10, right? But the women who are 7s, 8s, and 9s, they expect it. They expect this, but no. Well, what Kevin Samuels, he used to say, there's no such thing as a 7. Okay, the 8s and the 9s, they expect a man to pay for their manis and petties and take them on this trip and that trip and buy them this jewelry and that jewelry. They expect that. You know what I'm saying? The 8s and 9s expect that, but the 6 and below, I don't think they honestly expect it. I think they welcome it. They promote it. They look for it. They seek it. But I don't think they expect it or demand it. You know what I'm saying? I think they act like they demand it. They act like, you know what I'm saying, but they encourage it. I think that's a good word. They encourage it. You know what I'm saying? Like because if you are 6 and below and you're demanding, you know what I'm saying, a man do this and do that, a man's gonna look at you like, come on, son. Like, really? I'll give you a rule of thumb. Like, the whole 1 to 10 scale, you could throw that out the window. The 1 to 10 scale, as long as I've started liking girls from puberty, there's always been a 1 to 10 scale, right? Throw it out the window. This is new age, new era. Like let's do it. I'm breaking this down so it can forever and consistently be broke. All right, here we go. So ladies, and remember, Kev Prosper told you this. All right, don't let anybody steal this from you. The whole 1 to 10 scale, I'm gonna just break it down to 3 little points. If you're young, if you're pretty in the face, and you have a big butt, that's the three criteria right there. If you can check off at least 2 of those boxes, you can demand whatever you want from a man. I said it. Kev Prosper said it first, right here. If you the three criteria: if you're young, if you're pretty in the face, and you have a big butt. If you can check off any 3 of those boxes, you got it, sis. Or if you can check off, I'm sorry. Let me say it right. If you can check off at least 2 out of 3 of those boxes, you can demand whatever you want. And I think it's fair. I think that's fair. You know what I mean? I think any man could understand that. Even if you don't like big butts, if you like whatever that man likes, as far as body wise, if you're pretty in the face, like, cause think about it. If a chick is young, pretty in the face, and has a big butt, like she's going, like she's up. There's not too many men that can qualify for her. You feel me? But then again, juxtaposing that to the average woman, like if she can't, like, you should know where you're at in the dating market if you can't check off at least 2 of those boxes. Like, You got to be real with yourself, sis. You're putting demands and you're holding out and you're doing this and that to a guy that you pretty much qualify for. You know what I'm saying? And you're looking at him like he's beneath you and you can do better, but you can't check off at least two of the criteria of having being young, having a pretty face, and having a big butt. You can't check off at least two of those. Like, come on, sis. You playing the game backwards. You playing the game backwards. You have to settle, sis. You have to be real with yourself, sis. You don't qualify, sis. You know what I'm saying? But once again, for women, it's a tough pill to swallow. Men have to swallow that pill every day. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. Men have to swallow that pill every day. You know what I mean? But let's see. Anything? So here's the ratchet aspect of it. This was something that women didn't want to touch. This is something they didn't want to get into. You know, the other few points. They kind of one of the ladies, they dressed it up a bit and said, okay, you shouldn't date if you lack prioritization skills, right? And what she was really getting at is, well, hold on, here it is. Y'all ready for this? One young lady says a woman shouldn't date if she's pregnant. Oh my god. Yo, somebody put a straight jacket on her, son. Get her up out of here, yo. But another one was a woman shouldn't date if she needs a babysitter. And what she explained was she used to live in the projects. And now, like, all right, now come on, you live in the projects, you know what I'm saying? Like, and you know, she would come across other women in the projects. So women in the projects, come on, son. So, you know, with the whole stereotype of living in the projects, there's a whole nother stereotype that comes along with that as far as dating is concerned. Like, come on. So she said she used to live in the projects, and the women used to come up to her and like offer her money so that they could go on dates. And she's like, yeah, I'm gonna take your money, but in her head she's thinking like, why are you going on dates if you need a babysitter? Like, come on, son. Like, what are you doing? And I you know, as a guy, I never really thought about it, but then like, wait a minute, that's a good point. Like, oh shit. Like, because just to think, you going on dates, you need a babysitter just to go on a date. You know what I'm saying? So like it's never optimal to always need a babysitter. You know what I'm saying? As a parent, you always want to have your kid up under your guidance and your rearing. You know what I mean? So when you need a babysitter to go do frivolous things and you live in the projects, you know what I'm saying? Like it seems like your priorities are out of whack, right? But maybe she needs her pipes cleaned. You feel me? Like you know what I mean? Come on, son. And this is just a one time. She also stated that women shouldn't date if you know it's gonna be part-time. Ooh. That was another heavy hitter she came up with. Like, and she brought up an incident of like how this woman she knew, like, she talked so much trash about her baby father, like, and her baby father's in prison. You know what I'm saying? But then as soon as he comes home, she right back. You know what I mean? Like, she right back on square one. You know what I mean? So, but then the whole time he was locked up, she was dating guy after guy. You know what I mean? Bouncing around. So it's like, why you putting yourself out there if you know it's going to be temporary? You know what I mean? Why are you putting yourself out there if you know you're going to go back? You know what I mean? So that was another point she made. But all in all, you know, so I broke it down so it can forever and consistently be broke. The 3 criteria for a woman to make demands from a man is 1, if she's young. 2, if she's pretty in the face. And 3, if she has a big butt. If you can't check off at least 2 of those boxes, you got to take what you can get and be real with yourself. All right? I think I'm going to end the show on that note right there. I haven't heard anybody put it the way I just put it. So take that to the bank and run with it. You know what I'm saying? And cash the check. You know what I'm saying? Cash the... Yeah, wait, hold on. Take that to the bank, run with it, cash that check, and bring me back all the money. Okay? So, with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the show. I had a great show. I had a great time with you guys. I hope you guys had a great time with me. I hope you enjoyed your wine, your liquor, your juice, your drink, your beer, whatever you drink, and whatever you dine on. Yeah, whatever you decide to enjoy. I hope it was very pleasing to you, and I want to thank you so much for tuning into this multi-million-dollar podcast. Yes, guys, I'm your host, Kev Prosper, the owner and founder of Prosperity U LLC. Prosperity U LLC is creating a society of wealth, positivity, and inspiration. You are tuned into Love and Money, the podcast of Prosperity U LLC. Thank you for contributing to the Cash App above, $Prosperity U LLC. Screenshot this, zoom, tap, and hold in your photo app, and it will take you to the Cash App at $Prosperity U LLC. Go to that Cash App and give it everything you got, and then visit the website below at prosperunlimited.com. Allow that website to change your life. I guarantee it, because it changed mine. And I want to thank you for liking, subscribing, following, and sharing. But most importantly, thank you for sharing, because sharing is caring. That's right, boys and girls. And if you like the show, give a gift or just give a like. The likes are free. And remember, we do this every Monday at 9 p.m. Eastern time. And last but not least, remember to invest in the brand Prosperity U LLC. All right, you guys have been awesome. I want to thank you so much. I will see you next week. All right. Bye.
Shop Amazon with Prosperity U LLC. Link in the description.
These are all of my books. My very first book, Leave the Fairy Tales Up to Disney, The Reality of Dating. Haunted Truths, a romance murder mystery set in the heart of Brooklyn during the 1980s, during the height of the crack era. Switch, my romantic comedy. My trilogy, Spirit of the Machine, 1, 2, and 3, sci-fi action thriller. My poem anthology, Red Garden. That is System of the Sun. That's my book on organizational skills. Don't wait till I get rich to buy that book. New Shoes. That's my book on self-esteem, on how to love yourself. Ratchetology. Yes, I'm the ratchetologist. Take my advice. Visit prosperunlimited.com and click travel to book your next vacation.
pay. Do that freaky jam on the beat. Did you with that butter shit that bone feed? Did you tippy, did you double do that song thing? Flicky ticky with some butter, so that bone thing. If you cheeky cheddar chuck, I get her own cheese. It's a chicken with that head or this a bitch that won't be with the official with that whole sleeve. Let me see you had the wish that with that long sleeve.
I got racks to the ATM jam. Tell me what you wanna do. I got racks to the ATM jam. Tell me what you wanna do. You a badass bitch. It don't get swallowed in that fat ass bitch. I got racks to the ATM jam. Tell me what you wanna do. I got racks to the ATM jam. Tell me what you wanna do. I got
Be sure to shop Amazon with Prosperity U LLC. Link in the description.